And now he is revived and refreshed, and he's ready to lead the Israelites. He's living his purpose. So we start off right now with some really good news. Samson, for 20 years, has been living the purpose that God has called for him. All right, so we're in that mindset right now, right? Samson, 20 years, faithfulness. And now we're going to watch as a man who's on the right track falls apart. Okay, we're going to learn and see how a man with so much potential ends up a slave. In shackles, with his eyes gouged out. He's this puppet for his enemy. And you hear that after reading this and you think, oh, man, that stinks. But what we're really going to see today is how he really did it to himself. Okay, and we have this mindset, and we have this idea that bad things happen all at once. Now, we know that that's not true. Okay, bad things don't just happen all at once. So it raises a question, okay? How could a man with so much strength and God-given potential mess up his life so badly? How could he do it? Anybody want to take a shot at it? How? Why? The answer is, we do it every day. Every single day. Whether you believe it or you don't, you have so much God-given strength, so much God-given potential. And you may realize it, you may not, but God has a specific purpose just for you. And he has this incredible plan to do something for his kingdom that will absolutely change the foundation of your life forever. And the fact of the matter is, some of us choose to use it and others do not. Some of us throw it away, some of us waste it on absolutely nothing. Okay? So it's gonna lead me to my first point. Okay, Samson didn't ruin his life all at once. He ruined it how? One step at a time. One step at a time. And it's the same way we do it today. How do we mess things up? How do we mess things up? One step at a time. Okay, Judges chapter 16, verse 1. One day Samson went to Gaza where he saw a prostitute. We're going to stop right there for a second. Okay, one day. How many things in our life started with one day? It takes one day. And it's funny, if you read the story of King David and with Bathsheba, the story starts off the same way. One day, David was walking around the temple courts. You know, his army was off at war, but he was hanging out. One day, David was strolling around, leading this army, doing incredible things, and then one day, he saw Bathsheba. One day, Samson went to Gaza, where he saw a prostitute. One day. Judges 16, verses 1 and 2. One day, Samson went to Gaza, where he saw a prostitute. He went in to spend the night with her. The people of Gaza were told, Samson is here. So they surrounded the place and lay in wait for him all night at the city gate. So what's the significance of this? Who cares, right? Like, why Gaza? Why here? Why now? The fact of the matter is, Gaza is the headquarters of the Philistines. He went, so not only did he go into like enemy territory, he went into the headquarters, like the main office. Like, if we want to put this into a context we can understand, not only did he come into America, he walked into the White House. Okay, so he's here in front of these Philistine leaders, and he's essentially trying to pick up a prostitute there. And they have this plan to kill him. And Samson could have had any woman he wanted from anywhere for anywhere of his liking. Could have gone to Coral Gables, could have gone to Pinecrest, could have gone to Key Biscayne, could have gone to South Beach, but he ended up in Hialeah. I wasn't gonna go with Hialeah. Brian said Hialeah, so if you're offended right now, scream at Brian. Okay, I was gonna say I don't know what I was gonna say. Hialeah. Can we all agree on Hialeah? Anyone offended with Hialeah? No one's ever offended.
I am.
Okay, so Samson could have had any woman he wanted, but he decided to go behind enemy lines just to get a prostitute. And this is something else that's kind of crazy. Not only did he go behind enemy lines, he walked 25 miles to get there. He walked 25 miles. I get tired driving 25 miles. If someone tells me I have to go pick something up and it's 25 miles away, I'm probably saying no. I'm being real with you guys. If you want me to help you move, you need me to pick you up from somewhere, if it's like 24, maybe 25, no. Okay, 25 miles he walked just to pick up a prostitute. That's a long ways off. And it's amazing the length we would go through just to satisfy the flesh. We would go completely out of our way into unfamiliar places, completely out of our comfort zone, just to satisfy that craving. And how can Samson be so dumb? How can Samson be so stupid as to risk so much for so little? He has all this strength. He is called by God, set apart. Like, we need to wrap our mind in the fact that he was set apart at birth. He could have chosen anyone. He said, Samson, you're going to do incredible things. I want you to do incredible things for this kingdom. It's you. He's going to risk all of that for a one-night stand, 25 miles away, with a prostitute, behind enemy lines. Let's think about that for a second. He went so far out of his way just to satisfy his craving. And it's crazy. For us in our lives, we would go so much farther out of our way to satisfy our own craving, but we wouldn't go very far out of our way to satisfy God. We're very much in our comfort zone when it comes to things of God. We come to church, we come here at the same time, we eat the same breakfast, we leave the house at the same time, we go home, we live our safe lives, and we go to work, or we go to school, and we hang out with our friends, and this and that, and that's fine. We keep it kind of on that plane. But to satisfy the flesh, people would go to incredible lengths, and we read about it, and we see it on TV and in media all the time. These scandals of these people who did such dark and devious things, and it comes out years later, but you see the great lengths they went to just to continue to satisfy their craving. Okay, and I'm kind of a nerd. I don't know if you know that or not, but I did a little bit of math.
Amen.
Thank you. I did a little bit of math. Samson walked 25 miles. That's 56,250 steps, essentially. Rounding close. 56,250 steps. He had 56,520 chances to say no. I want a prostitute. I still think I want a prostitute. Should I really still get a prostitute? Yeah, I'm totally getting a prostitute. That's essentially what happened. But 56,250 times. He had 56,520 chances to stop, to turn around, to walk away from it, but he made the conscious decision to walk 56,250 steps. And what it really goes to show you is, one, the dedication that Samson had to really ruining his life and to really doing this. And it also just shows how little he cared about his calling. Okay? And just to be honest, just to be real, most men don't plan to mess up their lives. Am I right?
Amen.
Okay? No one wakes up and says, hey guys, you know what? I've got a new 10-year goal. I'm going to become a porn addict. Yeah, that's my 10-year goal. I'm going to get so lost in this virtual reality and this false concept of intimacy, and I'm gonna become so entwined in that I'm just never going to be able to show any intimacy or any love to another human being. That's what I really want to do. No one says, you know what, I got a really good marriage, but you know what I think would be even better? An affair. I have a great wife, I have great kids, I have a great husband, I have a great house, everything. But just walking along and oh look, a woman or a man, and again, now we start taking steps, flirting, we're texting, we're laughing together, we go out, And then most men don't plan to do that with their finances. Okay? Most men don't just, say, hey, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to save money for, for my kids' tuitions when they're older, for my